Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Vinnie's Vittles. This week we're making a super simple but delicious sounding recipe. It's a tortilla soup, and we got this recipe by email from Claudia Lowe. So Claudia, because we selected your recipe, you're going to receive our cookbook, the Alabama Backroad Restaurant Recipes, and it's got all kind of great recipes in it. Now, I ask that you guys start sending me your favorite soup recipes because it's getting to be that kind of time of the year. So I want to encourage you, if you've got a favorite soup recipe, send it my way. As you know, it's a busy time of the year here at May Made It, and at your house. Christmas is coming, Thanksgiving's coming, and it's just crazy. Football season, deer season, all those things come and go during this time of the year, and it keeps us on the go all the time. And I didn't even mention basketball season started this week, so it's a crazy time. So I need quick and easy things to fix, and this recipe could not be any simpler. So these are the ingredients that we'll be using this week. Now, just like always, you'll be able to find the complete recipe down below in the description box, all right? But the things that we're going to be putting in this recipe this week are some onion. We're also going to be using some corn, some chicken broth, some black beans, some refried beans, some salsa, and we're going to garnish it after the fact with some guacamole and some cheese. Now, the only thing missing from this recipe, in my opinion, is meat. I got to have some meat in my soup. So I'm going to add some hamburger to this recipe. Now, it doesn't call for that in the recipe, so you don't have to add it if you don't want to, but I got to have some meat. So I'm going to add a little bit of beef to it as we go along. So let's get started putting all this good stuff together. All right, guys, so I'm going to brown the hamburger meat. I'm going to add the onion in so it kind of sautés and softens up as we're cooking it. And then I'm going to add a few spices to this. Now, these spices are just what I'm going to add to the meat, okay? None of this is required for the recipe unless you just want to, make it exactly like I'm making it. So we got the hamburger meat. It's going to be browning. We're going to add in the onion. Get that incorporated in. We're going to add a little salt and pepper. Not only to taste now. You don't want to put too much salt or too much of that. Just add a little bit for flavor because you're going to be adding some other spices as well. I just like to add a little bit of stuff to it. We're going to add a little bit of paprika, if I pronounce that properly. I think I did. Just a little sprinkle there. We're also going to add in a little chili powder to give it a little more kick. Because, what's a tortilla soup if it don't have a little bite to it? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to add a little chili powder. We're going to come back and add just a little bit of cumin to give it a little bit more kick, a little flavor. Not a whole lot. And we're going to add just a little bit of garlic powder because garlic's good in everything. So just a little garlic powder too. All right, now we're just going to continue to mix that till the hamburger meat's good and brown, and then we'll drain it real good and we'll be ready to get on with the soup. All right, guys, we finished browning our hamburger meat. We drained it good so it's not going to be greasy at all. Now we're going to add the other ingredients in. Now remember, I like meat, so I'm adding the hamburger. You don't even have to do that if you don't want meat in your soup. But I like a little meat, so I'm going to do it. We're going to add the corn in next. Once we add the corn, we'll start adding the other vegetables. We're going to add the black beans. Just kind of mix them in good. Then we're going to add the chicken broth. Well, I did good. I didn't spill a drop of that, which really shocked me. Then we're going to add in the salsa. Now, you can use whatever kind of salsa you like. You can use a hot salsa or mild, or just like me, I just used a medium so it wouldn't be too hot for everybody around here that's going to be eating. But you can use whichever flavored salsa you like. Then it's going to add some refried beans to the whole mix. Now, once we get these ingredients combined together, we're going to cover this and let it simmer for about anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes, just depending on what we need to do to get it all incorporated good. Hey, I gotta be honest, that looks pretty good. I was a little weary of those refried beans in my soup. What you think, Jordan? It looks like it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, it looks like.
Man, it's colorful, bright. It's gonna make a great looking dish. All right, so we have combined all of our ingredients. Now it's time to cover it and let it simmer. We'll see you back in just a little bit. All right, guys, we're back. We finished letting it simmer for about 60 minutes on a low heat. It smells incredible. It looks incredible. I have a guest today that's a taste tester, and some of you may recognize her, you may not, but if you don't know, this is May. This is my other half, and she's going to help us today and test this wonderful tortilla soup. Now,
I told
remember,
you the better half. Remember? We talked about this.
But that's why I said other half, because I'm not going to admit that you're better.
Oh, but you know it. Okay, we're good.
So anyway, this is a wonderful recipe, extremely simple, quick, and easy for you to throw together to sit around and watch a ball game or whatever you want to do with this meal. Now, a special thanks goes out to Claudia Lowe for submitting this recipe to us. And remember, Claudia, because you did and we chose your recipe, we're going to be sending you a cookbook. Now, if you guys have a favorite soup recipe, I want you to send it to me at Vinnie at MayMayMadeIt. Now, what MayMay's doing when she's not supposed to be, but she has a mind of her own, she's garnishing the soup like we're supposed to do. In the recipe, it calls for us to add some cheddar cheese to the top and to add guacamole as we taste it. I added a little sour cream too because I love that.
I did too.
And then you're going to eat it with tortilla chips that we don't have in the picture. All right, so we found the tortilla chips, so now it's time for us to taste it. So you mixed in all your goodie. I'm just going to not mix mine in yet. I'm just going to kind of dip it and try to get me some.
I ain't waiting on you.
Well, you ain't got to, you know.
Hmm.
Let's see what we got here.
I know I'm supposed to say something, but. It's really good. It's not brothy, which I like. It's like, I think the beans did it, because when you were reading the recipe to me and it like had refried beans in it, I was like, what's that going to do to the broth? It's not brothy. So it's not like a tortilla soup. You know, it's not, I looked at you like I'm not, but I know better, guys. I'm just looking at the camera. It's not like a classic chicken tortilla soup or something like that that's got like a broth. It's more like a stoop. Did you ever watch Rachel Ray? That's what she would say, between a soup and a stew. A soup.
Okay.
Aren't you glad I'm here?
It is so good, and I know you guys are going to love it. Be sure to try this at home. Now, every Saturday morning at 11 a.m., Vinnie's Vittles comes to you on YouTube. Now, if you want to watch it every week, be sure to click that little red button to subscribe and ring that bell so you'll get notified every week when Vinnie's Vittles is back.
The corn is so good.
It's good.
Like, you eat it and you get little bursts of corn. It's good.
Oh, good.
I'm real happy I'm the taster.
Yeah, me too. It's been such a pleasure to have you with us today. Oh, and what do you guys think of my apron?
I like your no man.
You want to guess who bought me this apron? There you go. And I wore it with boldness, so I hope you like it.
Look, you have tassels.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next week on Vinnie's Vittles. Have a great weekend. Bye now.
Bye, y'all.